Hi, James here, and I just wanted to take a minute to say thank you to everyone who has commented, liked, and watched all my whip videos. It has been almost a decade since I posted a whip video on this channel. If you go through back to the channel, sorry about the wind noise. I've been doing some other things recently, but hopefully I'll get back into whips. So, again, thank you, this is my first whip video in about a decade. This is a Crystal Skull bullwhip from 808 Whips in Hawaii that I just picked up. And I wanted to take a few quick minutes before I actually crack it for the first time to tell you why I went with this maker and why I think it's important. So, one thing that's really important to understand about the Crystal Skull whip is it's not just a Morgan in a different color with different colored knots. The design of this whip is done specifically to do something, and that was that Anthony DeLongis wanted to add a larger vocabulary to Harrison Ford's whip work. And so for that reason, he went with Terry Jacka, and he knew that he would lengthen the transition to provide a larger lever to allow different style of whip cracking than what we've seen in the movies. Sadly, we didn't get to see that, but the skill, the foundation, and the knowledge were there. So I think it's really, really important if someone's looking to get a Crystal Skull bullwhip, talk with your maker and try to get a Crystal Skull bullwhip. And that's kind of what I've tried to do, and that's why I went with 808 Whips, because in looking at their photos, they made me a Crystal Skull bullwhip. Look at this transition right here. There's the longer lever that they were talking about. That's why it's important. All right, I have a Morgan, I have a Morgan style whip. This is not a Morgan style whip. And with Terry's retirement, getting the leather version is now prohibitively expensive. And there aren't a lot of makers who doing what Terry does as far as his internals and the overall construction. Blake Bruning did a really good video on the difference between a Morgan and Terry Jacka's whips. You can go find it on his channel. But a really good modern, more modern techniques can achieve the same thing and whatnot. Just a really good video. Pulls out a caliper, it's great. But anyway, I'm going to crack this for the first time. I've owned a Jacka before. I owned a Jacka DeLongis, and that whip never became the whip that I wanted it to be. I ended up selling it. It actually went to a circus, of all places. And I guess it was used there. But let's see. I wanted this. This is a whip that I followed the design of the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull whip, and I've been fascinated by them, and I had to get one. Unfortunately, getting a J series is way too expensive for me. But this was 808 Whips. It looks right, and that's the big thing. For all of the screen accuracy that is given to the Morgan, we should be doing some screen accuracy on these. So let's see how this works. This is also the longest whip that I own now. So it might take me a minute or two to get used to it. It rolls out really, really well. Want to take about 4 or 5 steps back? There you go. It rolls out really well. Definitely feeling the effect of that transition. Let me see if I can get a forward throw out of it. Nicely waxed. Let's see here. There it is. There it is. This feels exactly like I would want it to feel. This is gorgeous. Woo! Man. You knocked this one out of the park. I don't think that if I wanted a 10-foot bullwhip, that this is it. Woo! It is not tiring in the hand. It's not overly heavy. It flows beautifully. And, man, this is going to be a lot of fun. Wow. This is really cool. I am so pleased with this purchase. So, this is the new whip. We're going to do a full review of it later. I'm going to do some general cracking with it, talk about it, and whatnot. But, man, 808 Whips, first impressions are great. This is amazing. So, hopefully you'll see some more whip content from me in the future. But, thank you so much.